right, I just got back in from a run. And I haven't cut up a watermelon in front of you guys in a long time. And actually this one isn't as red as I would like, but that's okay. So one of the things I've been doing has been increasing my run distance. And I haven't increased it that much, to be honest, but it's pretty much close to about 9 miles now. So I know people are sometimes like, oh my gosh, how do you get to the point where you can run almost 9 miles? And really and truly, I didn't start out running that kind of mileage. When I first started running, I was running like maybe 3 miles at a time. Oh my God. Okay, this is good. When I first started running, I was running like maybe 3 miles at a time. So it wasn't really that far. Then I got to the point where, and actually I did like a few 5Ks, which is like 3.1 miles. It just got to be like not challenging, and if you're feeling like you want to improve yourself and get better, then after a while you're going to go do that and it's just not going to feel rewarding, and that was what started to happen. And so then I got up to the point where I was doing about 5 to 6 miles, and I did that for a long time, for a lot of years. I think after college, that's what I was doing. When I was working full time, that's what I was doing. And I also had a gym membership that whole time too. Like, I've always had a gym membership. But even when I've moved, I've gotten a new gym membership. And then I decided I wanted to run a half marathon. And to be honest, it was like running a marathon was never something that I really wanted to do, because I knew that that would take me about 4 hours. And I just didn't want to run for 4 hours. I don't care what kind of challenge I'm looking for. Running for 4 hours is not one of them. So that was just not something I was going to do. But a half marathon, running for about 2 hours, that seemed totally doable. Like something just anybody could take some time to build up their running endurance and get there. And so that was the first time that I started to try to run a longer distance. And so that half marathon was what got me to the point where I then, continued to run 6 miles, and then after that, I really started to do longer. In the end, I think I ran like 3 half marathons. The first 2, I finished in like a little over 2 hours. How disappointing, right? Literally, it was like 2:01 something. Yeah, so I figured I had to do a third one. I was gonna get that baby down. And I did. I think I finished at like 1:57 or 1:58. And then after that, I just stuck with running like 8 miles. Most recently, I upped it again, just a little bit. So now it's about close to 9 miles. Only because my run took me about a block away from the police station. Locally, there are a few groups that have been working on change in the community, and one of those groups has set up tents and is camping outside of the police department. And so I have been running down to the police department, and that gets me up to 9 miles almost. And it essentially adds another 2 blocks. So over time, I've been able to go from 3 miles to 5, 6 miles, then to 8 something, and now I'm up to 9. There really is a sense of accomplishment that goes with that, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this because you can't just jump out there and think that you're going to be able to like run this and not run into some issues. So let me just tell you a few of the things that you want to think about before you start increasing your mileage and running long distance on a consistent basis. So one of the things that happened to me every single time I trained for a half marathon without fail is maybe about 3 to 4 weeks out, my knees started to really bother me. Because think about it, you know, I was going from, you know, I was like essentially doubling the amount of mileage that I used to do, because I was doing like 6, and so I was then taking it up to 13, and I was running long distance several times a week so that I could get used to running longer distance, increase my endurance. And every single time my knees, and sometimes my hips would bother me too, but it was mostly my knees. And so if you have knee issues, hip issues, I can tell you right now, you're gonna have to be really careful about running long distance and how often you wanna train to run that long distance, because I had issues with that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're gonna have to find a way to make sure that you're adequately fueling yourself and not like under fueling or overeating the wrong stuff. One of the things I found was that I never did a really good job, especially the first 2 times, of working on my eating. And so even now I try to do a little bit better. I probably don't eat enough of the right stuff that I should, but lately I have been focusing a little bit more. I really wanted to cook chocolate chip cookies last night. My daughter told me I could not. She was just like, no, you can't. And she walked back into the bathroom. And I was like, oh, she ain't gonna let me cook any cookies. So that's the other thing. So the first thing is watching out for injury. And the second is getting really good about what you're eating. Because here's the thing, if you're not eating right, then you're gonna try to go out and do these long runs and you're not gonna have enough energy. I'm really bad about not eating in the morning because I prefer running on an empty stomach. I just don't like feeling heavy and full like that. And I'm very sure that there's something I could have that would give me energy and would keep me from feeling that way. But I haven't done a good job on that end. I tend to drink a lot of Monster drinks and get caffeine. I have to work, it's another thing I need to work on. So fueling is the other thing, okay? And then the third thing is time. Let me tell you, if you, people sort of think, oh, because you're already thinking you don't have a whole lot of time for exercise. And if you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna go run and I'm going to, you know, have enough time for this, you need to build in some recoup time because you're gonna be tired afterwards. You're probably gonna get tired. If you go run like that early in the morning, you're gonna be pumped for a little bit, but after a while, you're gonna be tired. You're probably gonna get tired earlier at night. I mean, it just sort of depends on you personally. But it's tough because it's one of those things that I recognize that, again, I probably don't get the amount of rest that I should get. So that is really what I'm talking about. You're going to need to give your body an opportunity to recoup from that kind of mileage. It is a lot. So those are basically the 3 like sort of challenges to think about when you think about starting to run longer distances. You know, putting a program together is one thing and doing it is something else. But some of these challenges, I think if you think about them ahead of time, especially with, you know, the injury, if your program is really well planned and really thought out, then you can sort of minimize the injury, and making sure you have good equipment too, good shoes, good running, whatever you're running in. yeah, I got on something today. Whatever it is you're running in, and making sure you fuel yourself properly and that you give yourself rest. I'm telling you, those three things will make the difference in how well you're ever. Those three things will make the difference in how much you're able to sort of meet these new goals about being able to run longer distances. All right, so thanks for checking out this video. Hope those tips help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and comment and let me know if you are interested in putting together longer runs, a longer running program, what your goals are, what kind of challenges you're running into. Those are the main three that have always sort of gotten my attention. And now that I've finished up my run and I've done a morning video for you guys, it is time for me to hit the shower and start my day. And look at those shoulders, y'all. I've been working on my shoulders. See the shoulder? I don't know if you can see those. I've been working on my abs too. Oh well.